If you need to learn how to talk to a lady, ask your mum.
Another vlog. Today is Monday. It is November 18th, I think. Today I am off work, which is very nice. I was supposed to be with some friends today, but all of my plans fell through at the last minute. So I had one idea of how this day was going to go, and now it's going a different way. But I'm here for it. I already worked out today. I had a really good workout. I actually meant to bring like my real camera to the gym so I could get some like more and longer footage of my workout. But then I ran out of the house and forgot a camera. So I put, the same usual clips that I kind of put in all the vlogs, but it was such a good workout. Today was like a pull day. So lots of pulling workouts, and I did a deadlift, and last week, I think I talked about this on the last vlog. I had leg day and I did a deadlift, and it was just like, I wasn't connecting to it. Like the motion felt off because I wasn't thinking, I guess, in the right way about what I was doing. I don't know. I just felt super disconnected from like what my body was doing, which led me into like a weird couple of days of just like feeling not super connected to my body. So I feel like this workout like felt so good because I felt like I was back in that zone again, and yeah, it was just a really good feeling. So workout's done. I went to the coffee shop I always go to after my workout to get my coffee and banana, but this time I hung out for a little bit. I did some emails, worked on some admin stuff for a little bit there, and then I came home, tidied the living room a little bit. I still need to clean my desk. I don't know if you can tell in the background, the camera's not gonna pan to it, but my desk is so cluttered, and I'm about to get into 2025 planner lineup videos for the end of the year. So I need my desk to be film ready. So we're gonna tidy that. But first, it is currently 1 o'clock in the afternoon somehow already. I feel like this whole day has just flown by, which is always the case when you have a day off and just fully to yourself. But I really want to check out this bookstore that's in my neighborhood that I've never been to before. I have no idea what's going to be there, but I'm interested to check it out. But first, I think I'm going to treat myself and take myself on a little solo lunch date. I'm going to take my Kindle with me and do a little bit of reading in my current read. Let me show you what I'm currently reading. Okay, after I read Fake It Till You Bake It, I wanted to read another Jamie Wesley book, but I didn't want to start A Legend in the Baking right away. So I picked up Tell Me Something Good. This one follows two radio hosts, and they have like kind of a little bit of a rivalry going on. But then one day she calls into his show. Her name's Noelle. I'm blanking on his name. I'm only like 30 pages in. What is his name? Is it Terrence? It starts with a T. She calls into his show and they have like a little banter. He calls into her show. They have more banter. And then their producer decides that they're going to co-host a show together to help boost the ratings at their network. So far it's good. I'm just really liking Jamie Wesley. This is an older book of hers. I think it came out in like 2014 maybe. So it's like 10 years old, but I really like her writing. So I'm going to take this with me on a little lunch date. And yeah, once we get back, we will get to the bookstore, and then we're going to we're going to tidy up the desk. And I have some stuff I'm hoping comes in the mail today that is a part of all the things that I'm filming. So I'll show some of the little things that I'm hopefully getting in today, a lot of which will pop up in some of those end of year videos. End of year video season is always really fun for me because I'm a journaler. I'm a natural reflector. So I love getting to look back on like all the things that have happened this year. So obviously I'll be doing like the books I love this year, my favorite probably stationery things that I've used this year. But if there are any end of year videos that you're like dying to see, I'll probably do a Q&A video as well. But if there's anything you guys are like, oh my goodness, I really hope she does an end of year video on this, drop it in the comments of this vlog because there's still time for me to add a couple things to that end of year roster. All right, I'm gonna charge this camera before I leave because I refuse to be out with a dead camera, but then we are going to get the rest of this day started. Originally wanted to go to is actually closed on Mondays, but luckily we live in a city, so there's always another bookstore. So I'm gonna try out another one that I've never been to before, but we will see what we find. From our bookstore journey. I'm really glad I decided to stick with my plan and go to a bookstore, even though I couldn't go to the bookstore that I wanted to go to. It actually worked out really perfectly. Like most independent bookstores, it was like a little bit smaller. They didn't have like the largest adult fiction section, but they did have a really diverse range of books. Like there were a lot of Black and brown authors. Like I didn't have to dig to find a book by a non-white author, which is always a good sign to me. They had a really good middle grade section, like so many good middle grade titles that I was familiar with and some that I'd never seen before. And I haven't read a middle grade book in a while this year because I've been getting through so many other books. But I always say when life feels the way that like things have been feeling since November 6th, I think it's the best time to reach for middle grade because middle grade characters like are young kids and they always are just drawn to do what's right. Even when they're morally gray, they want to do what's right. And they just are full of like hope and optimism. So I was glad to see they had a really big middle grade section, a good children's section too. Like you could tell it's like a cozy neighborhood bookstore. I know you're wondering what's in the bag though. I ended up leaving with 2 books. They didn't have a big romance section, so I did not leave with any romance, which is very unlike me. But I did grab 2 books while I was there. Okay, so if you are up to date on vlogs, you remember this was probably like at this point 3 months ago. I did a trip to the library and I picked up a book by Stacey Abrams that I did not read and returned to the library. But I am determined to read a Stacey Abrams book, and I forget, her pen name is Selena Montgomery, and I remember when we first like found out that Selena Montgomery was Stacey Abrams, you could not find any of her books in any store. So anytime I see one in the wild now, I feel like I have to grab it. So I got While Justice Sleeps by Stacey Abrams. It is a political thriller. Now y'all know I'm not much for the thrillers, but I don't know, something about, I really enjoy Stacey Abrams. I think that she is incredibly talented, and yeah, I'm happy to support her and buy one of her books. This one got me with the synopsis, and also I'll read you the first line. Okay, the synopsis: Avery Keene, a brilliant young law clerk for the Supreme Court, finds her life upended when her boss, the legendary Justice Howard Wynne, slips into a coma. Wynne, a longtime swing vote on the court, has been in the thick of researching a controversial case, one with incendiary implications sure to reverberate through the halls of power in Washington. Much to her surprise, Avery learns that Wynne appointed her to serve as his legal guardian, plunging her into an explosive role she never anticipated. As political wrangling intensifies to replace the ailing judge, Keene begins to unravel the carefully constructed, chess-like sequence of clues the justice left behind for her. And this labyrinth puzzle, which immediately puts her in harm's way, may ultimately lead to a stunning truth. Like, what is the tea? It's giving Scandal. Like, I love it. But then I read... They gave me a bookmark. I will never not take the bookmark. So I read the first like couple of paragraphs of the first chapter, and this is how the book starts. This is the first line of the book. His brain died at 11:47 p.m. Like, but then it goes on and we're following the justice who we know from the synopsis ends up in a coma. So I'm like, what's happening? And he's just like going through his little routines, and you get to know like who he is and a bit about him. So I was like, oh, count me in. I will do that. That seems like a nice fall, winter, maybe winter break read. And then I realized that it is November, and November, in addition to being National Novel Writing Month, is also nonfiction November. And I used to read way more memoir than I do now. I don't know what's been like the stopgap. Yes, I do. It's because there's so much fiction I want to read. But I have been thinking like, oh, what am I going to read for nonfiction November? Will I get a nonfiction book in? And then I saw this book. It's called Wayward Lives, Beautiful Experiments, Intimate Histories of Riotous Black Girls, Troublesome Women, and Queer Radicals by Sadia Hartman. And the cover just like really struck me. It was on the staff picks wall too. And it's a nonfiction book that goes through different stories of women throughout the Roaring 20s era, focused mostly on Black women and girls from New York City and Philadelphia. So the Philly tie like intrigues me. The New York intrigues me. Everyone knows I love a period piece. Like I have watched any period piece from any culture at least 3,000 times. So I like a book that goes back in time, and I like that this is kind of divided among stories. It also has some really nice photos in it, which I love. But I figure this is something that I can read like little bits of over the rest of the month, even though the month is more than halfway gone, but we won't talk about that part. So yeah, that is my book haul from our little bookstore adventure. Definitely check out Head House Books if you're ever in the city. Got a package while I was gone, and I'm so excited about this package. Okay, so right now TikTok is going crazy for who they are calling the Leopards Ate My Face lady, who everyone else knows as Cheska Lee or Francesca Ramsey. I have followed her since she was like her early YouTube days. I read her book. I just think she's amazing. So it's so fun to see her having this viral moment. So if you haven't heard the Leopards Eat My Face song, I will link it in the description because it is hilarious watching all the reactions to it. But she's finally created merch, so I wanted to support her merch line. I got a Leopards Eat My Face mug. This one is a really big mug, which I personally love. White on the outside, black on the inside. And I'm pretty sure she like hand drew this design, which is so funny. And it just says, "No, I never thought," which is one of like the lyrics of the song. So I will link the TikToks of her and her song because it's so good. So if you also want to support a Black woman creator who has done amazing things and contributed so much to the creator economy, like definitely go support Francesca Ramsey. She is amazing. Okay, before I wrap up this day and this vlog, I need to, one, open another package with you guys, which I will do in a minute. And by a minute, I mean in a while. And two, I need to clean off my desk. Like I said, it is a mess and we got to get it together. So I'm going to chill for another few minutes, decompress from my big day outside, and then we will get this desk cleaned together. So if you have a spot in your like house, in your work area, wherever you're watching, that you also need to organize, like put this on your TV, on your iPad, wherever, and we can have a little cleanup moment together because I know that I need the motivation to get my ish together sometimes. So if you do too, we're here. Okay, don't judge me. This is clearly where everything just goes to be and where I do a lot of work, 5 to 6 days a week. So we're going to get this together. Sidebar. I was influenced to buy these by the person who should be the incoming second daughter of the United States, Hope Walls. She posted these in an Instagram reel, and I also have reason to believe we purchased them at the same store while she was on the campaign in PA. But she was like, these are the best snacks ever. And while I don't love them, I like them a lot. They are delicious, and there's more flavors. So if you see them and need a snack, here you go. much better. Whew. Okay, now that the desk is situated, we can open this package together. Every year, I always have a planner, like one either planner or bullet journal that I use to like organize my life, my thoughts, whatever. And then I have a regular journal, like a Dear Diary type journal where I like write out all the feelings, all of that. I rarely rock the boat on that system, but this year I've decided to rock the boat. This package is from Sterling Ink, the same company that honestly, at this point, my planner is Sterling Ink, my journal will be Sterling Ink, and now this is the last piece to my 2025 puzzle. She always takes such good care in wrapping stuff. So I ordered one more common planner and the clear case that comes with it for 2025. And it just got here today. The packaging is just always so good. There are so many colors and sizes and page like sprayed colors that the common planner comes in. And I got one in the Into size, which is the same size as a Hobonichi Weeks. I got it in the compact version, so it only has like 100 some odd notes pages in it, and it's in the color Mist. I'll take it out the plastic so you can really see. It is gorge. I honestly wanted it in black, but I'm pretty sure black was all sold out, and it is a full year common planner. With every common planner, she's also including one of these pencil boards, which are so pretty. They each have a different design on them. Oh, this is new though. This one has the 2025 calendar and then also has this like grid thing below it, so you could technically write something there. Pretty. I'm going to bring the camera down so I can do a little flip through of what this planner looks like. All the common planners have the same like general layout, so this one is exactly the same layout as my B6 Slim that I'm using for 2025. It just has fewer notes pages and is smaller. I almost forgot, each order also comes with some little freebies. And I always tear this envelope. There you get a little sticker sheet. You can use these in your journaling to decorate your cover, however. And then you get this little square. This is always a different pattern too, but it is Catherine's business card, which is so cute. And I still can't get over how pretty this is. And it lines up exactly with the size of the planner, so you could use it as a cover if you wanted to. Anyway, let's look at the inside of this planner. Hopefully you all can see at this angle. But okay, I take back everything I said about them all being the same. There are definitely some differences in the week size. So actually, I'm going to grip my B6 Slim so I can compare the layouts a little bit. Okay, so this is the week size. This is the B6 Slim. It is in a leather case from Jenica Journals and also in a clear cover. But it's a full year B6 Slim, full width, so not compact. So the thing that like immediately caught my eye is this is the first page of the B6 Slim, and it's just a year at a glance, so you get all of 2025 on one page. But in the week size, you get all of 2025 on one page and a little grid area, which is exactly the same as on the pencil board, so it's the same thing. That is really cool. Next, you get a blank page. That is the same, and I have some notes about how I want to set this up, so you're getting a little teaser of my setup video. And then you get a goals page after the blank page, same. So it looks like that was the only big difference. This is the same, a yearly tracker, quarterly goals and priorities, and then like a little, this could be used as a tracker. And you get one for each quarter of the year. And then you start your monthlies. All these planners start in December of 2024. And you get monthlies all the way through, I think, January of next year. So that's December 2024 or 2025 and January 2026. And then your weekly starts. So I got the horizontal layout. There's also a vertical layout. So every week looks like this with all the days of the week on the left and a blank page on the right. And you get all those weeklies covering the entire year, which is so cool. The last week goes, I think, into the 1st of 2026. Yeah, so you go the last week of 2025, which takes you into January 2026. And then after that, you get just blank grid pages. And all the pages are numbered. I'm going to move the big boy out of the way for a little bit. And then just grid pages until the end. There are, I think, 119 numbered grid pages in the back. And yeah, that's the whole thing. The back is just another blank cardstocky page. And like I said, this is the color Mist. So it's like a nice pretty blue. It's like that leatherette feel, the same as my B6 Slim. So I don't even know if I've said this when I was unpacking it, but my plan for this is to use this as a reading journal. And I was inspired by my friend, who I hope you guys are following, Ashley Chandler. Her Instagram is @shelflove. And she uses the, I think it's a standard TN size traveler's notebook inserts from Sterling Ink to do a lot of her like simple, not super overly designed reading tracking. So that's what I'm going to use this for in 2025. I've always tracked my reading. I've never had a reading journal or a book journal, and I feel like it would actually help me so much with remembering what I read, but also remembering what I want to recommend. There's so many times where y'all will ask for very specific things, like I want a feel-good romance, I want a second chance romance, and I think that this will be a nice way to help me organize all of that. I've always been really bad about doing flip-throughs throughout the year of my planner, mostly because like there's stuff in there that I write everything down, and some stuff can just like not be y'all's business. But I'm going to try, and I think having things like that journal and some of my other books next year will help me be able to show you guys how I'm using all these notebooks and how they help me in my day-to-day life. So stay tuned for that. All right, somehow it is already 7 p.m. I feel like I did a lot today. It was a very productive day. I hope you guys had fun hanging out with me. It just goes to show that sometimes all of your plans change and you end up having an amazing day anyway. So lean into your plans changing. I am going to go wash dishes and warm up some dinner. I have a rotisserie chicken in the fridge with my name on it. But I appreciate you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to give the video a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. There are new videos every single week. This is the last vlog for a minute, and then I'll see you all in December. Happy Thanksgiving in the meantime. I am so grateful for all of y'all, for our whole little cozy community here on the internet. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, take care of each other, and I will see you all in the next video.
If you need to learn how to talk to a lady, ask your mum.